Hey guys, a lovely good morning to everyone. So once again I come up with a very important topic, and the topic is how you can configure the alert manager with the Prometheus. Now this topic is very important for all the DevOps and the SRE guys, those are closely working with the operations team. Now one of the questions definitely coming in your mind, that why you should use the alert manager. Okay, now let me give you a brief summary, so after that your understanding over the alert manager will be pretty much clear. Let's suppose that you as a DevOps or SRE guys, you are working in such conditions where the alert is being triggered to some notification channel, and in this case let's suppose that the alert is notified into the Slack channel. Okay, now I am going to give you three reasons that's because of you should use the alert manager. So first is the grouping. Okay, now how it works. So let's suppose that there are larger outages or there are multiple services down, right? Now in such conditions what will happen, as a DevOps or the SRE guys, you will receive numbers of notifications, numbers of alerts into the Slack channel, and that may be flooded into the Slack channels. But since you know that this is the larger outages and it is the known issues, right? So what you can do, rather than receiving the multiple or tons of alert which can flood it into the Slack channel, right? You can group all these alerts, send a single notification to Slack channel. So this is one of the reasons that you should use the alert manager. Okay. Now second one is called inhibitions. In inhibitions, what you can do, you can suppress the specific alert. Okay. Now the third one is silencing. Let's suppose that there is some of the alert that because of some outages that you already know that this is the alert is happening because of XYZ reason, right? And you also know that it will be recovered within some certain time period because in the backend some team is already working. So in such kind of scenarios, what you can do, you can simply silence the alert. It means that you can silence the alert for a specific time period, and once the issue is resolved, then you can again activate the alert. Although there are 5 reasons that you should use the alert manager, but these are mainly the 3 reasons that you should configure the alert manager with the Prometheus. Hello guys, my name is Avinash and you're watching the Learning Destinations. If you haven't yet subscribed my channel, then please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon as well. Now I'm going to start all these practical sessions. Hey guys, so now I am going to start the practical sessions, and this is the overview of high level solutions diagram. So these parts I'm going to configure under this sessions. It means that you are going to learn that how you can install the Prometheus and how you can install and configure the alert manager to the Prometheus. Simultaneously, we are also going to learn that how we can write the rules. So whenever the instance is down, it can trigger the alert message. Okay. Now this alert manager can process the alert to the Slack channel. Okay. So it is a very simple way that you can trigger this alert to the Slack channel. So you can create the webhook, and then after that you need to configure this webhook into the alert manager under the receiver sections. So whenever the alert is triggered, the notification should directly trigger to the Slack channel. This is one of the way. The secondly, you can utilize this matrix to any analytics platform, like in this case I have shown the AWS QuickSight, or you can use the Kinesis data analytics. So let me suppose that in what case of scenarios you can use the AWS services. First of all, in my case, this Prometheus or the alert manager, it is not the AWS managed services. It means that it is hosted on the VM, or you can assume that this part I have configured on third-party platform. Okay, from there you need to push the data into the AWS environment. So you can use AWS SNS services, then Kinesis data firehouse, then after that Lambda, and further you can process the metrics to QuickSight. So in what sense it is required? Let's suppose that you need to calculate the SLA. Okay, you need to calculate the like up or down time of the alerts, right? So then you can go through this architectural diagram, and here it gives you facility to filter the data at different levels. Okay, so that is the sense that I wanted to show you under this high level solutions diagram. So one, you can directly send the alert into the Slack, and second way, you want to calculate the SLA or you want to do some level of filtrations under the data, then you can go through this diagram where you can also trigger the alert into the Slack channel. Simultaneously, you can process the metrics to any analytics platform. Now I am moving to the practical sessions where we are going to see practically that how we are going to install the Prometheus and the alert manager. Okay guys, so I am starting now practical sessions, and firstly I am going to install the Prometheus server. Okay, so you need to download the Prometheus server. Okay, one more thing guys, I need to highlight one of the things. So this is my LinkedIn page, and where I post all the SRE and DevOps related activities. So if you haven't, those who doesn't know about it, and if you haven't yet followed this page, then I request you please start following this page, because I often post all the DevOps, cloud and SRE related topics here. So it is very useful. You will get a lot of information from this page. You can see recently I just posted the target that how you can trigger the applications alert to Slack channel. So there are many more informations has been given on this page, so you can go and check, and if you like, then please don't forget to follow this page. Okay, now let's get back on the business. So basically there is a site called Prometheus.io, and here you can download the Prometheus and the alert manager both. Okay, so firstly I'm going to download the Prometheus, and since my host machine is Linux, so I click here and then I say copy link address, and I'm going to keep it under the OPT. Okay, so here I say wget, and I'm going to download this package. So firstly we will configure the Prometheus, and once the Prometheus is ready, then after that we will go to configure alert manager. Seems it will take some time. We need to wait. Okay, then I pause this video, and once the download is complete, then I will get back. So I have successfully downloaded the Prometheus package. You can see here. Now I'm going to extract it, since it is under like a tar format. Okay, now I'm going to move it under the only the Prometheus folder. Now I need to change the ownership of this one, and I'm changing with the Prometheus. Then after that I go here and I make changes inside the configurations file of Prometheus. So I just delete all the default values, and in order to save the time, I have already done my job. So the main configurations I have already written here. So I'm just going to make a copy and paste here. Okay, let me quickly give you what does it mean. So a scrap interval is usually what the value that it checks for every 50 seconds. Okay, then for a scrap configs is what reserve that we give the target under the scrap configs. We mention the target. Okay, then again the evaluations interval is whatever the rules we have written under the rules.yaml file, it checks every 15 seconds the expressions value which is written inside the rules.yaml. Okay, so this is the quickly definitions. Okay, one more thing guys, if you see that I have already, in order to save the time, I have already given the alert manager configurations here. Okay, so this is the alerting configurations I have already written here. So whenever the target, we will see later on, once the alert manager is configured, we can see alert manager is up under the target. That I'm going to show you, Okay, so this configuration is done. I think we are good to go to, okay, later on we will configure this opt rules.yaml. Leave it as of now, and we are going to start the Prometheus service. So firstly, we are creating as a system. We are creating it as a system service. So currently you can see that it is taking the value from this location, and that is where our Prometheus is already placed. Okay, so I save it and then I reload the daemon. All these things we can do in one shot. Okay, and then let's check the status. systemctl status Prometheus. Okay, so it is active and running. Perfect. Let's check that. How is this looking here? This IP is actually 106 and the port number is 9090. So here you can see that the Prometheus is up and running. However, under the alert sections there is nothing. Okay, so under the alert sections there is nothing. Okay, so now I'm going to configure the alert manager. Hey guys, so one more thing I would like to quickly show you here. So if you go in a status and the target section, so as of now you can see that since alert manager is not yet configured, so it is under the down state. However, the Prometheus is already running successfully, so you can see here the status is up. So once we will configure the alert manager, then you can see the status up here. Okay, so now let's move to alert manager configuration. Hey guys, so now I am going to download the alert manager from the same page which I have shown you earlier. So this is for the Linux package, and I'm going to keep it under the same OPT here. So I say wget and then I paste the link. I download this. Okay, if it will be quickly, then it's perfect. If it will be taking time, then I will pause the video and then we'll get back later. Let's see, let's wait. It is still 0%. I don't know, I think seems like internet is down or something. It's saying 25 minutes 16 seconds expected time. So I just pause this video. I change my internet connectivity. I think this is now faster, you see. Okay, luckily. Okay, I was also surprised that what happened. It is going to taking a longer time. So this is the package. Now I'm just extracting it. So here we have the package alert manager, and I'm also going to move this one with the under the alert manager folder only. So this one, and now I'm going to change the ownership as well for this one, Prometheus. Then I'll give the alert manager. Okay, and then I go inside this alert manager, and there is a alert manager configuration file. Let me show you. And I keep it everything as it is, except here I'm going to change this ID. Like I think I have given the port number inside that 9093, and I'm going to keep it like 0.0.0. I just allow for all the IP address as of now. Okay, so these two things done. Now I'm going to create the service, so we can start alert manager as a service. I hope you are understanding it very clearly, as it is pretty much easy. And then I copy each and everything from here. I already did all these tasks I already prepared it, so I can save the time. And then after that, I just do this one, all three together. So basically I reload the daemon, then I enable it alert manager, and then after that I start the services. Now time to check the status. So you can see that it is active and running. Okay, so we must see alert manager under the target section. It should be up. Let me refresh it. Hooray, you can see here guys, the matrix is up, the alert manager section is up. Okay, now guys, the next I'm going to install the node exporter as well. And for those who don't know about the node exporter, generally it collects the matrix of the system. Okay, so I'm going to install the node matrix as well. So later on, whenever I down the instances, so I can show you that how the alert is triggered. So far now our Prometheus is ready. Our alert manager is ready. Okay, so it is up and running. Okay guys, let me check this URL once again, since the IP is 192.168.0.6, 192.168.56.106. sorry, its IP is 106. So it is up and running. Okay, perfect. Now time to install the node exporter as well. Okay, so let's go here and download the node exporter package. So in order to save the time, I have already written the command separately, so I can make this video shorter. Let's get it resolve the address, and then it's getting downloaded. It will be quick. Perfect. So here we can see the node exporter. Now extract this one. Perfect. We have this one. Now move it, this one with node exporter folder. This one. Now we are going to move it under the USR local bin. Sorry, what I did. Oh, okay. We need to move this to, okay, let's go under this one, and we have this package, right? Then we need to move this one to this one, USR local bin. Yes, replace it. Okay, I think previously I was doing something, that's why it was already there. Then change the ownership of this node exporter, right? Let's go to this locations. So here the ownership is changed, root. Now time to create the system service. So we can start the node exporter as a service. And I already prepared everything, so it will be quick. Let's reload the daemon. Start the service. Check the status. So it is coming failed. We must need to check that why it is failed. Node exporter service. Okay, give me some time, let me fix it. Okay guys, so finally I fix it. Let me tell you what was happening. So actually earlier on this node, the node exporter was already running, so you can see that. So instead of that, because when I replace the packages under the USR local bin, the previous process, the node exporter, which maybe in past I have already exploded on this machine, so it was already running and I didn't kill the process, and then I tried to start it again. So since belonging to node exporter, there is already one process is running, and that was creating the problem, right? So that's why what I did, I simply killed the process the previous process which was running, right? Because the 9100 port where the node exporter is basically the running, that was already engaged, right? So I killed that process and then I started again the node exporter, you can see here. So now it is active and running. Okay, so now it's time to configure this node exporter under the Prometheus. So we can set this node exporter as a target. Okay, by the way, just when I was troubleshooting it, so I also stopped the Prometheus server. So I was thinking that maybe because of some of the reason it is not happening. So let me start it. Earlier I was linking this issue with the Prometheus. I thought that okay, let's stop first. Maybe some port is already engaged and that's why it is not running. But it was nothing related with the Prometheus. Okay, so I started it and now I am going under OPT. So I can make this node exporter entry inside the Prometheus.yaml file as a target. Okay, so OPT and then we go Prometheus and then we go Prometheus YAML file. So here I need to add additional target. Okay, so this is, I already copied it. Let me copy and paste. So this is the YAML file, guys. So you need to be very careful with the indentations, and it should be in a proper order so you won't face any issue. Seems okay. And since the node exporter is running on 9100 port, right? That's why I have decided this one. Then now we need to start the Prometheus services. Okay, so I say restart Prometheus. Perfect. Let's go to here and start, refresh it. So I should see the another target, the node exporter. So it is, I think, show more. Okay, perfect. So I can see this matrix, or I can see like this. Let me make this entry. Okay. Refresh it. So now you can see node exporter is up and running. Okay, so let's see that here. Change the IP address because the actual IP address is 192.168.56.106. This is my VM where all the services are running. Perfect. Okay, so now if we go in alert sections and go to graph and here query up, you will see up 3 services. Execute. So here you can see the master, the Prometheus master is up and running, the value is 1. The alert manager is up and running, the value is 1. And the node exporter is up and running. Okay, so now time to configure the rules. So whenever any one of the services goes down, right, then the alert manager trigger the alert. That is what we are going to see now. Okay guys, so now I need to make an entry. I need to set the expression inside the rules.yaml file, right? So I go opt Prometheus, and you always need to keep the rules.yaml file here under the Prometheus. So I make rules.yaml, and I have already the expressions ready with me. So I paste it here. So basically the rules is instance is down if it is down more than 1 minute and at least for 1 minute, then the alert will be triggered. Okay, so this is the rules.yaml file, and if you see, I have already made this entry rules.yaml under this one here, so you can see that. Okay, so for always all the rules, it will refer the file rules.yaml. Okay, now once again restart the Prometheus services. systemctl restart Prometheus. Perfect. So now let's see that. So currently you can see that here all the services, all three services are up. Now I'm going to shut down one of the services. So let's suppose that I'm going to shut down the node exporter. Okay, let's see that whether it's triggering the alert or not. Node-exporter. Okay, but before that, if you go in the alert sections, there is none of the messages. Okay, you can see that there is a 0 active in none of the instance is down, so there is a 0 instance down. Okay, so let me stop these services, check the status. Okay, so now node exporter is not running. So here you see that it should be come under the status pending. So here you see pending. It means that the value which we have set 1 minute, this alert haven't yet reached the threshold value. Okay, that's why it is in the pending state. And here you see, you go and search the query up. Here you can see it is 0. It means that this services is down. Okay, so let's wait for 1 minute. I'm going to pause this video and let's get it reached to the threshold value. Once it cross the threshold value, this status will be like alerting state. So basically all these things I have already explained, as I told you. Like if you go onto my page, go here. So meanwhile time, let me refresh this one also. So now you can see that it is in firing mode. Firing mode means one instance is already down. Okay, so till the time it didn't reach the threshold value, it will be under the pending state. And once it reaches the threshold value, then it will be under the firing state. Okay, so all these things I have already described. So I request you, you must follow this page, DevOps Talks on the LinkedIn. Okay, and here you can see that I have already described all these meanings of what is the meaning of pending, what is the meaning of firing for alert managers. Okay, so now let's start it once again and let's see that what's the value will be. So I say start node exporter. Let's refresh this one. Now you can see again it is active and there is a 0 instance down. So if I go under the graph sections and I again run the query up, all should be in up the stairs. So now you can see that it instantly. So guys, we can see now that all the services are up and running, and the services which we have shut down, it's now came back into the active state. So we have learned plenty of things from this tutorial, guys, and I think I covered most of the things which I wanted to. Okay, so far what we have learned how to configure the Prometheus, how to configure the alert manager and the node exporter. Okay, then we have shut down one of the services, node exporter, and then we have seen that how the alert manager is handling this alert and triggering the messages. So I think that is pretty much enough from this lecture, guys. This is what I wanted to show you. Then guys, if you have any questions, then please don't forget to write me in the comment sections and I will answer it there. Guys, one more request, I really need your support. Please share my channel with your friends and the colleagues and subscribe my channel. Then I will see you in my next video. Till the time, please take care of yourself. You have a very lovely day. Thank you so much for watching this.